The first thing you need to do is be safe. Disconnect the appliance or turn off the breaker to avoid electric shock. Hello guys, welcome to DIY Repair Now. Today we're going to be working on a GE side-by-side. The model number is on the display. And the problem that we have with this refrigerator is that the freezer is creating ice and that ice shouldn't be there. See, if you have a freezer and it's frost in the back of the this panel, that means you have a defrost problem. So what we're gonna do is check temperatures. As you see, when you press, it gives you the actual temperature inside the refrigerator. Now we're gonna go ahead and raise the temperature on the refrigerator side to make it to turn off to start doing a diagnostic. We're gonna go ahead and remove the ice maker bucket. We're gonna go ahead and remove the ice maker cover. And we're gonna go ahead and start removing all the racks. Just go ahead and take a picture before you remove them, that way you know where they go. Remove the cover for the light. Take a little moment to go and disconnect the refrigerator to avoid electric shock. And go ahead and use a hair dryer or a steamer like I'm doing in this video to start defrosting a little bit of the ice, or just open the doors with the refrigerator off to let it thaw out. That way it defrosts everything. Now what I'm doing is trying to defrost whatever is on the edges, that way this panel comes off freely. And also looking to see if one of these models brings a couple screws around this area. So I was looking for those screws, but in this model I only bring the screws on the top. So again, just use the screws on the top. Remove the screws on the top, I'm sorry, with your 1/4 drill or 1/4 drill bit or 1/4 screwdriver to be able to remove this panel. Go ahead and remove that ground wire that was connected to this front panel, and go ahead and set that panel in the sink or somewhere to be able to let the ice melt. Now what I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect a harness. It goes here, and right now what we're going to do is follow the wires. As you see, we have a blue wire going down and a pink wire going down to the heat element. So we're going to find out if this heat element in the bottom, it's bad and it's not turning on when it's supposed to defrost all this ice. It's also a defrost thermostat. So I'm going to go ahead and show you in this video how do I do this test, because this heat element is right here in the bottom. So what I'm doing is connecting one of my leads on, from the tester on the blue, and then this is the blue wire, and we have a pink wire. So the blue wire is going to the harness, the pink wire is going to an orange wire for the defrost thermostat. So if you put your lead in the blue
harness, we don't have any power here.
If you put your lead for the tester on the blue and the orange, that should give you continuity. If it doesn't give you continuity, that means either the heat element in the bottom or the defrost thermostat is bad. However, I'm going to tell you guys that it's 3 parts that create this issue. They are the most common ones. If you have a frost coils like this, go ahead and replace all 3 parts that I'm going to show you later on this video. Basically, in Amazon they sell this as a kit. The manufacturing, which is GE, will sell it differently. So I'm going to go ahead and show you in this video, for those who have a tester how to test this part my way. I have a different videos. You can take them out and test them outside. If you want to go ahead and test them outside when you remove them, I'm gonna go ahead and put a link. You can go here on the top right of this video, and you're gonna receive a little link there that it will take you on how to test all these three parts. See, I've put the one lead and the heat element right there. I disconnect the pink and I'm testing on the harness, and I get continuity. That means this heat element is still good, but like I said, might as well, if you're replacing one of these three parts, might as well replace all three, because one will go bad after the other one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and follow the pink wire, and I'm gonna go ahead and test with the orange wire to see if that thermostat that is covered with ice, it give me continuity. That thermostat, because it's covered with ice, that thermostat right there should give me continuity. That thermostat only can be tested when it's covered with ice. Again, if you want to see how you can test this really good outside when you're removing and cut the wires and remove it from the refrigerator, go ahead and go to the link on the right top on this video, and then you will see I have another video there. Just go to that video and it will show you how to test all these parts. But just put this video kind of simple. Go ahead and replace the thermistor, the defrost thermostat, and the heat element, because one of those three parts will fail after the other one. In this case, we have a bad defrost thermostat, but we're gonna go ahead and replace the defrost thermostat, the heat element, and the thermistor. Just follow the video and that should do it for you. Now go ahead and defrost your coils with a hair dryer, the steamer, or just let it thaw out. But again, if your coils look like the pictures on the right, go ahead and install the part number that you see on the left. There's a link on the description of this video for this part. So now we unboxing where we have all three parts: thermistor, defrost thermostat, and defrost heater. And this is what I'm saying, guys. If you don't own a tester, you can find one in the description of this video. If you're not very handy, if you see this ice in the back, it's a big chance that you need a defrost kit, which, like I said, the manufacturing does not sell it as a kit. This is in Amazon, where they know that this part goes bad. When one of these parts goes bad, the other ones go bad as well, one after the other one. And they come up with the idea to replace all parts at once, and they sell this as a kit. This is the old heat element, which I told you guys it still tests good, but we're not taking any chances, because when us as a technician give a repair, we give warranty for people issue, and then if that heat element goes bad in a couple weeks, it's gonna start freezing up again, and people are gonna think that we didn't do the job right. So in Amazon you can find this at a very affordable price. Just go to the link on the description of the video and you'll be able to grab it from there and buy it at Amazon, and you'll be able to do this repair. Go ahead and install your heater, which is 2 Phillips screws. Go ahead and cut the defrost thermostat, scrape your wires, and remember you have to do this repair with the refrigerator off to prevent electric shock. At this point, this is the new defrost thermostat. Just go ahead and twist the wires before you're going to connect them with a wire nut. And go ahead and put them together and put the wire nut and just do a hand tie. Make sure you don't over tighten it as well, because it can strip and you're going to have to scrape the wires and all that again. So just kind of hand tie the wire nuts, and that should do the job. So at this point, we already finished replacing the heat element. For those who are watching this video that are more technical, just go to my channel. You will see a video on how to test these 3 parts outside, you know, with a tester and all. Now we cut in the defrost, the thermistor. This is the one that reads the temperature inside the freezer, and this is the new thermistor. Now the wire that brings is too long. We're gonna go ahead and put this little metal bracket. So sometimes I just cut a piece because sometimes it's too long, sometimes I leave it the way it is. See, right there I cut a piece because it's too long, which is, it's never bad to have extra. It's bad when we are too short. So go ahead and scrape the wires, and at this point we already did the heat element, the defrost thermostat. The only issue here is the space. You have to go like kind of sideways to be able to get in the freezer because it's a tight spot. But other than that, it's a very simple repair after you defrost the coils. Now go ahead and do the same procedure that you did with the defrost thermostat. Just twist the wires and put the wire nuts. Another tip, guys, try to be careful with the hair dryer. The steamer, it's okay, but with the hair dryer, if you leave the hair dryer by yourself, it can damage the cabinet. So the walls are plastic, so it start bubbling. So my suggestion is just let it thaw out, disconnect it for at least 24 hours with the doors open to be able to do this repair. Another tip right here is I put silicone. This is any type of silicone, clear silicone that you have around that would take temperatures, or any type of silicone I believe would do the job. This is to prevent from water, moisture, humidity get in the wire. I seen people they just put the wire nuts, and when I come back they'll corrode it and doing a wrong contact. So that's why I put silicone in this wire nuts. Now just try to put the wire back in place like it's supposed to, or grab a zip tie to make it look nice and make it look more professional, and you know, don't let the wires all hanging and, you know, exposed. You can get this zip ties at Dollar Tree or Walmart. Anybody sells this small zip ties. Or if you don't have any, just make sure the wires are not in the way of anything when you're doing this repair. Connect your harness in the back again. And just adjust the wires where they should be. At this point, we're going to go ahead and install our ground wire and this evaporator coil panel in place. Just work your way around, work your way in there. There you go. Now go ahead and raise it up to align the 2 top screws. In the bottom you don't need any screws, but on the top you have 2 1/4 screws. Go ahead and make sure they tight. Make sure don't over tighten it with your drill either, because then it's gonna be all loose. I removed these 2 screws because I was going to remove the fan too, but I decided not to do it, so you don't have to remove these 2 screws from this from the top. Go ahead and install the ice maker cover and the ice maker bucket. Make sure if you had ice, go ahead and dump it, because otherwise all the ice is going to be melting each other there, and because the refrigerator is not a low temperature now. Go ahead and install all your racks back in place. If you took a picture, just remember where they go to put it the same way. When I remove them in order. When I put them back, I put them back in the same order. That way I don't get lost, but I always take a picture just in case. Go ahead and install your light bulb. At this point I already have turned it on. Plug it back in, and that has like a little male to female connection for the light bulb cover. There you go. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and set the temperature, and that's it. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you in any way, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future videos. Thanks for watching.